Hola personillas del internet, aquí estamos otra vez en AGATHA CHRISTIE. Vamos a continuar, fijaros 74% ya, qué nivel. Así que nada, vamos a continuar, creo que lo dejamos, sí, en el puzzle este de, bueno, de recuperar el papel que habían destrozado. Que sí, después de dar 1000 vueltas no tenía ni idea qué había que hacer, entonces pues tuve que recurrir a YouTube y ver algún gameplay porque no me enteraba. Entonces fijaros que aquí hay una manita y en esta maldita mesa es donde tienes que ir a reconstruir el papel. O sea, a ver, que está muy bien que el juego sea difícil, pero no estúpido. O sea, pero bueno, a ver. Puzzle para empezar. No sé si tiene que ir... ¿Esto se puede mover? No. Entonces hay que enganchar una pieza de estas con esta.
This page is Child's Play.
Esto también se puede mover. Aquí, ¿no? Sí. Ahí. Y sí, esto es lo de abajo. Y esto es la esquina.
This page is finished. That's done. 3 more to go.
Bueno, pensé que iba a ser más difícil, la verdad. Bueno, no cantemos victoria. Por este lado, me imagino.
This piece should be placed here.
Este grande por abajo. Bueno, o este.
It's so simple.
Pues sí. Este aquí. No, no. Joder. Ahí, ahí. Eso es. Aquí. Vamos.
This page is finished.
Igualito los trozos,
And
madre
that's
mía.
2 done. It's easier than I thought.
Sí, pues yo también. Pensé que iba a ser más difícil. Estira a este lado. Ah, no. A ver. Bueno, esto es bastante fácil. Yo me esperaba tirarme aquí 7 años, como siempre.
This page is finished. Only 1 more. Keep going.
Aquí.
This does not look too difficult.
Ya os digo, no parece muy difícil. Así que seguro que nos
This piece should be placed here.
nos reporta alguna sorpresa. Uy. Ya estamos. Joder. Ahí. Está aquí, que es un triángulo, y está arriba.
This page is finished. All the pages are reconstructed.
Plas, plas. Bueno, pues en teoría hay que poner
A bottle of solvent.
un poco de esto en el pañuelo, ¿no? ¿O
A
dónde?
bottle of
Aquí.
solvent. A dry cloth.
Vale, muy bien.
A dry cloth. A dry cloth.
¿Qué hay que hacer? Ya decía yo.
A
Que sale
bottle
humo
of
de ahí.
solvent. If someone has tried.
Odio cuando empiezan a hablar 7 veces igual.
A dry
hacer,
cloth.
tío?
A bottle of solvent.
Sí, sí, muy bien. Pero ¿qué hay que hacer? Ahí. Joder.
The cloth is now soaked with solvent.
Entonces esto en teoría hay que ponerlo aquí. Ea, como. Uea. Gráficos increíbles.
Got it! Make a note, Hastings, make a note. Mrs. Alisasha, shop owner in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, prescribed laudanum.
I got it. Look.
A ver qué pasa.
Poirot, where on earth did you find these files?
On a fire at the bottom of the garden at campsite.
All right, but where did the person who burned them find them?
Tasca. A leer los documentos, ¿no? Sí. Uy, que están aquí, joder. A ver qué dice.
Alice Asher, shopkeeper in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, chronic cough with loss of blood. Prescribed laudanum-based cough medicine.
Vale, son recetas
Betty Barnard, waitress in Bexhill.
del médico, ¿no?
Chronic bronchitis causing dysphonia. Advised to stop smoking. Alexander Bonaparte Cust. While wounded, mustard gas and head trauma. Pulmonary emphysema. Hemoptysis. Coughing fits with blood. Dick Dudley Dunbar, owner of the Black Swan Hotel in Doncaster. Asthmatic, heart disease, heart condition. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Vale, a pensar otra vez. Joder, pues... Están finos todos, ¿eh? ¿De dónde provienen los documentos quemados? A ver, ¿esto qué es? Todas las víctimas guardadas con alguna enfermedad de la garganta. Está claro. Fueron consultados recientemente. Había mucha gente que conocía del asesinato. Todavía vino a acercarse a la casa. Ascher, los médicos. Y esto, ¿no? Sí, ahí está. Los documentos provienen del archivo de clientes del Dr. Clark.
The burned documents are medical records, and without a doubt, they come from Clark's archives. First of all, because all the patients have throat conditions. And secondly, their name starts with either A, B, C, or D, and it is precisely the files that match these letters that have been tampered with.
But why burn these files? How come the names of the two victims appear on them? And who are the two other patients?
These are very good questions.
Bueno, nos estamos acercando. Uy. Vamos a por el iPhone.
Hello, Poirot?
Any news, Chief Inspector?
You wanted a stocking seller? We have one. Reported by his landlady, who thought he was behaving suspiciously. He has the most unbelievable name.
Alexander Bonaparte Crash. Claro, ABC, ¿no?
Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
Yes, Alexander Bonaparte Cust? How did you guess? Poirot, you have magical powers. It's a serious lead. I called Doncaster. A person matching Cust's description has been seen at the station. He got off the train from London, but after that, nobody knows where he went.
Vamos. El hotel, decirle que busque por todo Doncaster, indicarle Ginger Cat, decirle que busque por Londres. El hotel, ¿será?
Look for him at the Black Swan Hotel.
What? How do you know he's there?
Trust me, Chief Inspector.
You appear to be very sure of yourself. Very well. I'll call the Black Swan straight away. The owner is going to get a shock when he learns that there's a murderer under his roof.
Voy a animar.
Do your best, Jap.
You can count on me.
Hastings, everything is at stake. With a little luck, our main suspect will soon be under lock and key.
¿Quién llama?
So, has Cust been arrested?
Yes, the Doncaster police are sending him by train.
That is good
Yeah?
news. But why so gloomy, Chief Inspector?
Well, when I told the hotel owner that he was sheltering a murderer, he collapsed.
He's dead?
No, fortunately.
Ah, bueno.
But it has taken its toll on him. It has to be said that with his name starting with the letter D, he had every reason to fear Cust. I bet he was going to be the next victim.
Chief Inspector, I believe that I share responsibility for this incident.
What do you mean?
I saw Mr. Dunbar's medical records. His heart was weak. I should have warned you.
It's very honest of you to tell me that, Poirot. I appreciate your gesture.
Please keep me informed of his progress.
You can count on me. I'll do what's needed.
I will visit him at his
¿Cómo está la
bedside when
cosa?
the killer is caught.
That's typical of you, Poirot. We should focus on the next part of the investigation in order to avoid other incidents. While we're waiting to question Cust, we could search his room in London.
Where does he live?
The Marbury Guest House?
I'll see you there.
Yes, but start without me. First of all, I have to sort out a few details for Cust's transfer.
I understand. À bientôt.
A viento.
Hastings, we are making good progress. Please go and search the room of our number 1 suspect.
With pleasure. I did have a dentist appointment, but I'll cancel.
The dentist. So that is why you were so nervous and bad-tempered.
A visit to the dentist is never an enjoyable prospect.
But an unavoidable one. Go to your appointment, Hastings. I will manage on my own.
Bueno. Se estrecha el cerco.
To Marbury Guest House, please.
Cochazo. Marbury Guest House. Interrogar a la señorita Marbury.
Marbury. There is a very pretty village by this name, in Cheshire.
Un gatito ahí. Bueno, vamos para adentro. ¿Qué pone? Ah, vale. Entra la señora Marbury. Bueno. Ah, esta es la que habló con Mortadelo. Vale.
How do you do? You must be Mr. Hercule Poirot. Chief Inspector Jupp told me that you might be coming.
Madame, you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you.
Por
Will
fin,
there be
alguien
some
contento.
journalists there as well?
I think you might even be interviewed. You are key witness.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cuss left behind an ABC with Doncaster underlined. As you can imagine, when I saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
Qué lista.
Well done. You were right. He did go to Doncaster.
So I was right to warn the police.
Tell me, did you have any other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
Well, he's odd. Sometimes he coughs really loudly and complains that his throat is burning, and sometimes he talks to himself and stares into space. He told me that it
locura.
was because of a wound he got in the wall. His head hasn't been quite right since, he said. And then he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
Where were the stains on the shirt?
On the collar and on the buttonholes.
Cust used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Oh, it wasn't for pleasure. He was always unwell on trains. But he had to sell his stockings around England. I have to respect my engagements, he used to say.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No, I don't know. That was a while ago, you know.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cuss rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it.
Huh.
Ah, I remember one thing. Bexar's by the sea, right?
Indeed, it is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cast asked me to repair his bathing dress. Suspicious, huh?
Joder.
That does not help me much. There are hundreds of English towns by the sea. Anything else?
Well, I was only saying. I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
When did he start buying the newspapers?
Let's see. I think it was just after the millionaire's murder in Chertston. He didn't seem all that interested before that.
That will be all for now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
Take the key on the counter.
Bueno, pues vamos a investigar. Joder, vaya señora, ¿eh?
I should check the register. Mrs. Marbury may have been hiding something from me.
No se
I
fía ni
don't
de
think
su
my
sombra,
register will help you. Mr. Cuss rents his room.
Fuera. Pues no me deja. Ah, sí.
The truth is
Veamos.
becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
¿Qué pasa? Vale, esto es lo que se ha actualizado y si hablo con ella. No se puede hablar, ¿no? ¿Esto qué es? Es que aquí te olvidas algo
It
y me
looks
cago en
like I've found the real master of this house.
¿No era blanco el gato?
There is no need to worry about the household cat. I'm sure that Mrs. Marbury lets it do what it pleases.
Gatete, vaya bigotes, ¿eh? Bueno, pues supongo que habrá que ir arriba, ¿no?
I have something to say to Mrs.
Ah.
I don't think my red...
Es que no deja... No puedo leer lo que hay.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
Aquí, ¿no? Lo tiene apuntado. Mr. Fishman. Vamos a observarla. Jeje, a ver.
This woman appears to be in a good mood.
Ojos abiertos. Y...
Mrs. Marbury is in a good mood. She's working very precisely in producing incredibly thin peel.
Da que pelar las patatas aquí en recepción, hija. Madre mía.
Mrs. Marbury, if I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the Bexhill murder? Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
Yes, I remember. Just for one night as a favor. Mr. Custer was away, all my other rooms were taken, and poor Mr. Fishman had nowhere to go.
It doesn't matter, provided that you remembered to change the sheets.
Oh, do you think so?
Inquieta. Ajá. Bueno, ya podemos ir arriba. Sí. Vale, aquí está la habitación del colega. A ver, estas cajas que hay.
ABC guys, enough to sign about a dozen murders.
Veamos.
Trousers, white shirts, everything has been washed very well. The Bexhill Daily paper, dated from the day of the Bexhill murder. Most probably the bathing dress repaired by Mrs. Marbury's expert hands. All the main articles referring to the ABC case are here, from the Chertston murder.
Bueno, no hay nada anterior. poco de ego, ahí. Bigotito. Cara. A ver, pastis tiene ahí. Locura máxima el tío.
Laudanum Cameron's Chemists. Laudanum, a medicine for coughs. It is what Dr. Clark prescribed for Mrs. Asher. This subject would probably be useful to me.
Pues a la saca. Hostia, sedativo,
Diethyl barbituric acid, Johnson Company. I know this medicine. It is a powerful sedative. This subject would probably be useful.
Venga, otro para la saca. Voy a dejar esto como un solar. A ver, por aquí la cama recién hecha.
How hopeful. This place is a real mess.
Bueno, no está tan mal, Hemos visto cosas peores. Cama ligeramente... Joder, no me había fijado.
The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
Hay un título de algo.
War of 1914-1918. By the King's order, the name of Corporal A.B. Cust, Devonshire Regiment, was published on the London Gazette on May the 10th, 1918, as mentioned in a dispatch for gallant and distinguished service. An army dispatch, wounded on the Somme front, victim of a gas attack. Corporal Cust.
Ya te digo. Bueno, vamos a ver qué estaba escribiendo. A ver, joder, cuchillito,
A long-bladed knife, a murderer's weapon. This subject would probably be useful to me.
No voy a dejar nada aquí, chaval.
It's an ABC. John Milligan, Managing Director, Silky Legs, Frederick Street, Leicester. To A.B. Cust, Marbury's Guest House, 1935, May the 21st. Dear Sir, further to our letters dated 5th and 10th of the month, we confirm we are you as door-to-door salesman, according to the conditions stated in our previous letters. We will send you the articles by mail and also a Redfield typewriter you will be using for every business letter. Regarding the schedule of your rounds, please do as following. June 21, Andover. Arrive by train the 20th in the evening and get a room at Station Hotel. Start your turn in the north part of the town. This letter establishes that Cust went to Andover, but the ink has hidden the destinations of his other trips. I know from Mrs. Marbury that he went to Churston. I just have to show that he went to Bexhill, and I will have proved that he was present at all the crime scenes.
Vamos, vamos.
Did Cust drop it when he opened the window? Or was it Mrs. Marbury while she was cleaning?
¿Se enamoró?
Cust is parsimonious. He keeps his pencils and sharpens them until there is nothing left. It is clear that he did not grow up in luxury.
Aquí está la famosa...
I have to get the ribbon. How am I going to do it?
Ostras. Eso fue... Ah, que se queda impreso.
Something is blocking the ribbon. The ribbon is jammed. I have to start by freeing it. Something is blocking the...
Habrá que dar vueltas a esto, ¿no?
The right-hand reel has been removed.
Vale. Ahora tengo que quitar esta, me imagino.
The, The left-hand reel has been removed. The right-hand reel has been removed. The left-hand 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 reel has been removed.
Si hago así se quita.
Something is blocking. Something is blocking.
¿Es por ahí o dónde es? ¿Hay que girar esto o algo? Ah, no.
Something
Esto
is
es igual,
blocking.
¿no? Uy, que se me ha ido. Esto es lo mismo. Aquí no hay nada, ¿no? Será esta del centro ya. Para quitar. Ahí está.
And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC. I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes.
Sorry for your... Mr. Poirot. Aquí está, ¿no?
All the letters announcing the murders were written on Cust's typewriter.
Justo. Pues ya está, ¿no? ¿Qué tengo que hacer? Registrar la habitación de Cust. Bueno, vamos a registrar todo y luego pensamos. Ah, coño, que aquí hay una puerta. Joder, pues lo he dado de
This
chorro
dark
esto.
stain. It could be blood, but goodness knows how long it has been there.
Le he dado de chorra esta sangre.
It is not the right time.
Ah, ¿qué pasa? Ah, no me puedo ir.
ABC guys.
Que hay más cosas. Joder. En la mesilla o algo.
The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
Cajón. Esto ya está. Esto ya está. 6 de 6.
The least we can say that Mr.
Ah.
Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
Bueno, pues vamos a... ¿Dónde se encontraba Cosa en el momento en que se produjo el asedio de Bexil? Sí. Y... ¿Puede ser esto? ¿O esto? ¿O esto? Lío. Pues esto, ahí está. Junto con eso y el
The
periódico.
register shows that Cust did not sleep at the guest house on the day of the murder. Where was he? Bexhill.
Claro, lo compró
The
en
Bexhill paper reveals it. Cust bought this newspaper in Bexhill on July the 25th.
Qué listo soy, qué listo. ¿Me puedo ir ya?
It is not the right time.
Joder. ¿Y qué falta? Siempre falta una mierda, ¿eh? Que no hay nada más. Uno de dos. Ah, joder.
It's closed. ABC guide.
Hostia, está cerrado. ¿Y qué hago?
It's closed.
Uno de dos, uno de dos. ¿Cómo abro eso?
ABC guide.
Uno de dos pone aquí. ¿Cómo lo abro? Con el cuchillo, me imagino.
This knife is very useful. Who
Joder.
knows? Maybe it never cut anything other than stockings.
Claro, media.
No use continuing the inspection of this room. I've seen
bueno.
all there is to see. Goodbye, Mrs. Marbury. Thank you for your help.
Bye.
Bien, bien. Hasta luego.
Ah, Chief Inspector. I was about to leave.
Good evening, Chief Inspector. Welcome. Please excuse me, I must go to the kitchen. I'll leave the key of Mr. Cust on the counter.
I'm sorry I'm late. I've spent ages with the Doncaster police. And you?
I have established one fact. On 3 occasions, Cust was at the scene on the day of the crimes.
Hablar con Hap. A veces falla esto. Y no deja... hablar con el tipo.
It is a very beautiful piano.
Ahora. Se queda pillado.
I've listened closely to what you have to say, Poirot. For me, there's no doubt Cust is guilty. Do you have any element that might prove the contrary?
That is what we're going to look for. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Vale, aquí va a haber tela desde el principio. Enchusta el día de la sesión, sí, clac. Sí. Todas las cartas de nivel provienen de la máquina de escribir. Puedes encontrar el día de escribir, claro, en Bexil. 20 sobre su destino. Puedes encontrar en Andover. Nada, tenía sangre. Esto es una tontería. Claro, tiene. Vale. Cus y el asesino tienen algún punto en común. Tiene guía. Las cartas enviadas. Y guardadiarios. ¿No? Bueno, cuchillo. Claro, soy tonto. El compartido de Cus es sospechoso. Guardia de diarios que hablan de los asesinatos. Mintió sobre su destino. Parece escupe sangre cuando tose. Pues tiene sangre. Guarda diarios, que eso es un poco locura. Y escupe sangre. Pues la otra. Culpable, para.
The evidence against Cust is overwhelming. His presence at the scenes, the knife, the blood-stained shirt, the ABCs in a box.
C'est vrai. However,
Oui.
the blood Mrs. Marbury saw on Cust's shirt may have been his own. According to his medical records, he suffers from hemoptysis. The murderer cut Sir Carmichael's throat from behind, and the blood spurted outwards. You would expect the murderer's shirt to be stained on the sleeves, not on the buttonholes. Yet we see quite the opposite. You would expect the murderer to keep the newspaper articles about his crimes. But Cust's collection starts in Cheston, as if it discovered the case rather late.
I agree it's troubling, but it doesn't change my mind. There's small details that we should be able to clear up by questioning Cust.
When can we talk to him?
Doncaster is sending him to us on the first train.
Are they questioning him already?
He says he can't remember a thing.
It's plausible. Doctors say he suffers from absences and amnesia. Mrs. Marbury has confirmed this.
He may have done the murders in an altered state.
A familiar situation.
It's not enough to clear his name. Dr. Thompson insisted that even if you don't know what you're doing, you never commit a murder without wanting to.
Très intéressant. I shall remember that.
Right. I'll go and examine the suspect's room.
Chief Inspector, I took the liberty of removing a few clues to examinatum.
All right, we'll discuss them tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to see if you've missed something.
Vale. Bueno, chicos, aquí lo vamos a dejar porque creo que ya empieza lo gordo. Vamos a ver al posible asesino, ¿eh? No le vamos a culpar del todo todavía. Y el próximo vídeo seguramente sea el capítulo final. Creo que no queda mucho por el porcentaje que he visto antes y porque ya vamos a ver al malo maloso. Así que nada, os espero en el siguiente y último vídeo de esta aventura gráfica bastante buena. Y nada, gracias por verme, gracias por suscribiros, por comentar, etcétera, etcétera. Gracias y hasta luego, chavales.